sometimes the content that resonates most with your audience is the content you assume your audience will shun. And I love this because I just had this conversation with someone yesterday where they were talking about their one of their podcasts. They have multiple podcasts, and they have one podcast that they did not create for their clients. I got the sense that he kind of hoped his clients would not listen to the podcast because it's just him and another SEO professional just venting about the things about SEO that drive them crazy. And they don't bother to explain things. They use the jargon. They use swear words. They vent all of the negative feelings that we're not supposed to show in professional settings, right? They use language we're not supposed to use in professional settings, right? But it has been very effective. He has gotten clients who listen to it. He knows some of his clients listen to it. He knows some of his clients have listened to it. And then they have a better understanding of SEO and what he does and what they need from him. So he has gotten people reaching out to him after listening to an episode saying, "Hey, I listened to you talking about such and such on your podcast. I want to know more about that, or I think we need to implement that. Let's talk about it." It has been really effective, and he did not plan it that way. And I love it because sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes we get so caught up in trying not to offend people that we forget that sometimes we do need to offend certain people, not offend, but there are going to be some people who look at our stuff and go, no, not for me, thanks. That's fine. They're not your ideal client. That's okay. That was another thing that came up in this conversation. He said, honestly, if they listen to that and they're not cool with that language, we probably should not be working together. That's good to know. That's good for them to know. So I want you to think a little bit more about what you're doing. And it's like, are you trying to walk this balance between who you really are and the person you think you should be in order to attract all of the people, right? Or are you just being your authentic self? So I am all for just being your authentic self and letting it all out, and the right people will find their way to you. The more you can do that, the more you will attract the right people. Something that we say a lot in marketing, and I'll say it again, is if you try to appeal to everyone or market to everyone, you will end up appealing to no one. You'll end up marketing to no one because that's not a person. No one can look at that and go, "Oh, that's me. Oh, that's exactly my situation. Oh, yes, that's exactly what I need." Or they're speaking my language, right? Because it's so bland, it's not resonating with anyone. So, at the very least, don't be bland. You don't have to swear if that's not you. Fine, don't swear. But it's just an example of a way in which you can be your authentic self, and the people who gravitate towards that will be your people. If you're not someone who swears and you don't like it, then the people who also don't like it will probably gravitate towards you. So that is it. That is my tip for today, is to disregard all of my market research advice and always keeping your client first and foremost. Sometimes when you do something just because you want to do it, sometimes the right people find you through that. So that is my tip for you today, is be your authentic self. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Again, you can find more information like this on my website, AV, as in my initials, Allison Verhalen. That is avwritingservices.com. And you can reach me directly at info@avwritingservices.com. Have a great week and happy blogging.